Hey gang, I want to talk about breaking plateaus in a little episode called Breaking the Erg in regards to the ski, and I'm sitting on the row erg, right? How do we go into 1,000-meter zone and not be overwhelmed by that amount of volume? 3, 4, maybe even 5 minutes on a machine? Holy cow, right? Well, or wall balls, right? How do I go to wall balls and do 100 wall balls? I've never done anything like that before, coach. Don't worry, all right? We got some techniques for you, all right? And so I'm calling this breaking the erg. Now, before we even get to doing those big chunks of distance or big chunks of volume and repetition, we have to understand movement. The best way to get through this is to move correctly. So as with anything that we teach here at the gym, learn your proper form and apply it in small doses. If you've been paying attention to the programming, we've been programming short sprints of calories on the ergs. We've been programming 100 to 125 meter bouts during the week, 200 to 250 meter bouts on the weekends, so that you can get more repetition over time. Now, it might not be a 500 meter or 1,000 meter burst at any one given time, but it accrues, right? And every time we sit down on one of these rowers or stand up on one of these ergs, we're putting in reps, and we should be applying that proper form and technique that we learned from our coaches. After high volume or repetition and good form, then we can start layering in volume. And you may have to do some of this in open gym or before and after class. We have these periods of time before and after class that you can be doing 500 meters, 600 meters, 800 meters, and just getting used to being on these machines for these longer durations of time. But there will come a point with any movement, not just the ergs, that you start to plateau. Maybe it's a lift or a specific distance that you've been running where you just keep hitting a ceiling and you just can't burst through. You can't do that run any faster. You can't hit that lift any heavier. You can't make any significant improvements in pace on these machines. And that's where you need a strategy for breaking plateaus. So once you've hit that point, right, you have to put in the work first, and now you've hit a ceiling. How do I overcome it? Breaking the erg. So this is what I've done recently to break some of my own pacing limitations and limiting beliefs on the machines. Is I set out a skier and a rower right next to each other and said, I'm going to row 1,000 meters, and then I'm going to ski 1,000 meters, and then I'm going to do it again and again and again for like 40 minutes straight. And by the end of this thing, it's a good love-hate relationship, but I'm going to own these machines. I'm going to make them my bitch over the next 40 minutes. And that's exactly what I did. And I tracked how long did it take me to do 1,000 on this, and then I give myself about 60 to 90 seconds just to get a sip of water, walk into the other machine. Like, heart rate doesn't even come down at this point. You just get right on the other machine and you go, and you write down your score, and you get back on the other one, and you go, and you go, and you go, and you go. And turns out third and fourth rounds were better than the first two. I just had to get past that initial suck of starting the machine. So guess what I did? I came back the next week and did that same workout again and tracked my results. And holy smokes, my average pace on both machines shot up about 6 to 7 seconds across 8,000 meters of skiing and rowing. Now, I'm not saying that this exact workout is the workout for you, but what I'm saying is take what you have done or what your thing is. If it's 1,000 meters on a row, or if it's 100 wall balls, or just something, 200 meter carry, or a really long 100 meter lunge, whatever it is. If you've got to the point where you've been training for it, you've been attacking it at different ways, you've got your form down, you've got good technique, you have good intensity, you've been putting in volume, but you're hitting a ceiling where you can't do that thing any heavier or any faster, or you just can't go any longer unbroken, then you need to set up a simulation or scenario where you're going to go like 10x, and you're just, or 5x or 4x, just above and beyond, an estimation of force applied towards your one thing, and you're just gonna own it, and you're gonna beat it up, and then by comparison, anything that you ever do will seem like less than what you've done in the past. This kind of taps into David Goggins a little bit and his idea of the cookie jar, like things that you can fall back on that you know you've done that are harder or worse than the thing that you're about to do. Once you've rowed 4,000, 5,000 consecutive meters on a rower, 1,000 meters isn't going to seem like anything. Once you've done 8, 9, or 10,000 accrued meters on these two machines, going back and doing any of them for anything less than 5 minutes is going to seem like pretty petty. And the same can be, again, applied to like wall balls. You know what? If that's the thing and you've attacked it from all these different ways, maybe it's just time to come in here and do like a 6-minute AMRAP of wall balls. Or, a max time, how long did it take me to do 150 wall balls? And it's an overestimation of what you have to do so that when you get back to what the actual prescribed distance or reps are, they won't seem that bad compared to what you've done in training. And that's what we all want to achieve, getting to our races and getting to our final destination, knowing that, man, training was harder than this. Man, what I did on Saturday is worse than this. That way you can have fun at your race. Training should suck a little bit, so the actual race is like enjoyable. So that is the concept I want to talk to you about: mindset, breaking plateaus, overestimation of what you're doing, embracing the suck in that journey, and a little bit of like just eating the frog. If something sucks, if you got some hard shit in front of you, just take the biggest, gnarliest, hairiest, most ugly, disgusting thing and just head first swallow it. So I hope this all makes sense. I hope it helps, and I hope I see you in here on Fridays putting in the work.